We're going to get a look at those numbers for Bradford today. So, like my other videos, what we're going to do is we're going to review the most current month in the Toronto Real Estate Board stats, which is April 2021. We're going to compare that with what happened a year ago in April 2020, and then we're going to have a look at what happened just the month before in March 2021 as well, just to give you some type of contrast. So, a year ago in Bradford, 24 total home sales. Now that is across all home types, so that is condos, semis, towns, links, detached, everything. Bear in mind we were at the sort of the entrance to that quote unquote COVID market. So I mean a lot of homes came off the market. It completely depleted the inventory overnight while all of us were sort of figuring out what was going on. So the numbers for March and April 21, I broke them out a little bit differently. So what I've done is the number of sales is represented here by the S. New listings is represented by the N, so that's new listings that came on the market during that month. And the A stands for active listings, which are the listings essentially that didn't sell, which carry over into the next month. So new listings coming on the market in March in Bradford were 206. Total number of sales was 140, and active listings left remaining, which carried over, were 100. Now, if we compare that with April 21, we've seen this across the board in other markets that I'm doing videos for, which so like Aurora, East Gwillimbury, Newmarket, Stouffville, we're seeing a reduction of inventory. It's not as pronounced here in Bradford as it is in some of the other markets, but we did definitely see through the month of April that less listings actually came on the market. So that's continued to keep the market a little bit hot. So 178 new listings came on the market in April, 126 sales, 86 carrying over into the next month. So really not that drastic of a difference in terms of the carryover inventory. A year ago, average sale price across all home types in Bradford was 774,000. That climbed in March 21 to $1,029,000 and currently trending at $1,044,000. Sales to new listings ratio could also be referred to as the absorption rate. Tells us that out of the homes coming on the market each month, what is the percentage that are actually selling. So a year ago, pardon me, again, in the beginning of that COVID market, we were looking at 55.8% of the homes coming on the market were actually selling. In March 21, 68% of the homes coming on the market were sold and currently trending at 70. So again, not shocked to see the 70 as the market has continued to heat up because not as many listings came on the market. There was a few less sales, but there was also a few less listings hanging around. So the market did heat up with the reduction in inventory. Months of inventory, super good gauge of the market. If you watch my videos, you know I love it. Tells us that if no other homes came on the market after today at the current rate of buying, how many months of inventory would we have left into the market? It's totally depleted. So a year ago, 2.9, March 21, 0.7, so not even a month of inventory, and currently trending at 0.7. Sale price to list price ratio, selling under asking a year ago, 97.2, 107% of asking, so homes selling over asking in March and currently trending at 104.1. Now, if you're curious about how this is comparing to other markets, we have seen a bit of a reduction in how far homes are going over asking. This seems to be a pretty consistent number where the sale price to list price ratio has come down a little bit. Days on market to get a home sold a year ago, 22, 11 in March, currently trending at 10. So, recently there's been there's been an announcement with regard to the stress test. So how is that going to affect buyers and sellers? I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, we're really going to have to see that going forward. For the buyers and sellers I'm working with, we've still seller-wise, I've seen an extremely busy market, still very competitive, still seeing a number of offers on homes. And again, I believe the reason we're seeing that through May is because of the April numbers. There is just less inventory out there. And of course, the good homes always sell first. Now, for buyers out there, there are still a number of houses that are selling with conditional offers. I would say that, in the past 30 days, we've seen those conditional offers sort of lighten up a little bit because the market has stayed pretty competitive. But, there is inventory hanging around. So my advice to you buyers, if you've been through a few multiple offers, you've had a tough time locking something down, I would say, consider looking at some of the older inventory. If you look at any of the surrounding markets, the Bradford, Newmarket, Stouffville, when you got 100 homes hanging around, including condos and everything, there is some inventory there that's been on the market for 3 or 4 weeks. So there might be an opportunity to go in there and put together a deal on a home that's maybe sitting with a little bit too much price on it. So anyways, folks, I hope you found this helpful. If I can answer any questions at all, please feel free to reach out to me or shoot me a DM.